You know that moment when you're vibing with your friends, someone's filming a quick Instagram story, and then they play it back, and suddenly you hear it. Your voice, but not your voice. Not the smooth, confident inner monologue you thought you had. What comes out is this nasal, squeaky, off-brand chipmunk remix that makes you want to walk directly into the sea. And now you're spiraling. Wait, do I actually sound like that? Is that how people hear me all the time? How do my friends even tolerate this voice? It's a crisis, an identity collapse via audio. And here's the kicker, yeah, that's pretty much what you sound like. Don't worry though, you're not broken. You're just experiencing one of the most common biological betrayals. Your own head lied to you. So, let's crack this mystery open. Why do most people hate the sound of their own voice when they hear it played back? And is there actually a real version of your voice? Or are we just doomed to this identity whiplash forever? It's like meeting your auditory doppelganger, and not in a cool, multiverse way. More like you opened your mouth and your soul came out sounding like a confused radio intern. Suddenly, you're questioning everything. Do I sound annoying? How have people not staged an intervention? It's not just sound, it's an existential identity crisis with a soundtrack. Because your voice isn't just noise, it's your personality, your presence, your personal theme song. And when that theme song plays off key, your brain panics like someone replaced the intro to your life with elevator music. But don't worry, your skull's just been running a very flattering audio filter this whole time. Here's the twist that'll mess you up a bit. You've never heard your real voice, not even once. Every time you've ever spoken, what you've heard was basically a VIP remix, customized just for your skull. When you're talking, your voice isn't just echoing out into the air like everyone else's. It's also booming through the inside of your head, through your jaw, skull, and neck bones, like a private concert held inside a reverb chamber made of you. Think of it this way. When someone else speaks, or when you hear a recording, the sound travels only through the air. Classic air conduction. It vibrates through the air, hits your eardrum, gets passed through 3 tiny bones, shout out to the hammer, anvil, and stirrup, then hits the cochlea, this fluid-filled, snail-shaped structure, and gets turned into nerve signals. From there, the brain's like, ah yes, that's Karen from accounting. Air conduction is basically the drive-through window of sound. Quick, efficient, and a little muffled. It doesn't carry all the juicy, low-end warmth. No body-rattling bass, just the crisp, clean treble of truth. It's like hearing your favorite song on a cheap speaker instead of noise-canceling headphones. Basically, your auditory system is the original facial recognition software, except for vibes. But when you speak, it's a whole extra level of sonic chaos. Air comes up from your lungs, vibrates your vocal cords, and starts bouncing all over your body. The sound vibrates your bones while also shooting out of your mouth and into your ears through the air. So you get a double input, internal, bone conduction, and external, air conduction. This creates a deeper, fuller, smoother, radio host in a warm bubble bath kind of voice. But the real version of your voice, the one everyone else hears, that's just the air-conducted version, the mono track, no bass boost, no surround sound, just cold, unfiltered truth. Your bones have been catfishing your ears this entire time. Inside your head, you sound like a podcast host with perfect acoustics. Outside your head, more like a teenager ordering food on speakerphone. Your personal audio mix has been mastered for you, but the public version? That one's raw footage. No EQ, no compression, just you, unplugged. And yeah, it's jarring when the auto-tune gets yanked away mid-performance. This is why when you hear a recording of yourself, your brain short-circuits. That playback is missing all the juicy bass tones your bones gave you. The real thing? It's raw, thinner, and higher pitched. It's like you thought you were Beyoncé, but the playback says animated duck sidekick. And yes, this is scientifically baked in. Lower frequency sounds, like the ones that give your voice that rich, Barry White hum, travel more easily through bones than through air. So when you're speaking, you're hearing all those lower tones clearly. But when the sound travels through the air, most of those frequencies don't make it to the other side. They're filtered out. The result? Your voice sounds sharper, thinner, and yes, weirdly different. It's like your voice hits a TSA checkpoint and leaves all the bass behind. Only the treble gets through. That's why everyone else hears your voice as slightly anxious helium enthusiast. Your bones were acting like a premium subwoofer, but the air? That's a tin can on a string. So what's your real voice? Well, if you want the truest possible version, you'd basically have to drop a high-fidelity microphone directly down your throat and record the sound right next to your vocal cords. Why is it so emotionally painful to hear your recorded voice? Why does it feel like a betrayal instead of just a neutral sound? Because your voice isn't just sound, it's tied to your identity. It's the sound you associate with thoughts, emotions, jokes, memories, arguments, everything. So when the version you hear on a recording doesn't match the version you've been hearing your whole life, your brain freaks out. It messes with your confidence, like wearing someone else's skin in a dream. You start questioning if people see you the way you think you are, or if you've been living in a sound illusion. That voice in your head was the narrator of your entire life, and suddenly, it sounds like a background character in someone else's sitcom. No wonder your brain throws a fit. It just had its main character energy revoked. So, are you stuck sounding like a startled goose on camera forever? Not necessarily. While you can't change your actual vocal cords, sorry, DNA is stubborn like that, there are ways to tweak how your voice comes across. Start by breathing from your belly, not your chest. Speaking from the chest can make your voice sound tense, strained, or tight. Belly breathing relaxes the voice, makes it more resonant, and gives you that calm, anchored sound that feels more natural. Another voice upgrade: work on your tonality. Avoid uptalk, that Valley Girl style inflection where everything ends like a question. Use neutral or falling tones to sound more confident and in control. Think podcast host energy, not confused game show contestant. And for the love of all things verbal, drop the filler words. The like, just, and fluff makes your voice sound unsure and less impactful. Clean diction and clarity aren't about sounding robotic. They're about letting your actual words shine without extra noise. So next time your friend plays back a video and you hear yourself in the background, don't cringe. That's your voice. That's the one people already know and like. The one you use to tell stories, crack jokes, sing along badly in the car. It's not wrong. It's just real. And let's be honest, if Morgan Freeman had to hear his own voice on a phone recording, he'd probably flinch too. So, what does your voice really sound like? Whatever the answer, it's time to own it. So next time someone plays your voice and you flinch like you just heard a ghost, relax. You're not broken. You're just finally meeting the real audio version of yourself. And if that's not weirdly poetic, what is? Now go record your voicemail again. But this time, do it like you've made peace with your inner chipmunk. And hey, if that didn't make your voice at least emotionally smoother, well, that's your cue to subscribe out of sheer psychological damage.